Welcome back to the Good, the Bad and the Ugly podcast with me, Tony Morell, proudly sponsored by Eyes Wide Open Clothing and Loco's Competitions. This week's special guest is Roy Larner, better known as the Lion of London Bridge. In 2017, Roy fiercely fought off 3 terrorists with his bare hands. We discussed that fateful night, the aftermath, his silver medal for bravery and being put forward for the St George's Cross. Thanks for listening and watching this episode.
They got knives strapped to them. They've come up to me, and that's when they just started plunging the knife straight into me. Then the other ones come in and help him by stabbing me. I mean, got stabbed in the neck. I've been slashed all over, stabbed me in the arm and pulled my arm. My ear was hanging off. Cue on me all.
Welcome to the Good, the Bad and the Ugly podcast with me, Tony Morell, proudly sponsored by Eyes Wide Open Clothing. This week's special guest is Roy Larner, the Lion of London Bridge. Really looking forward to sharing the Good, the Bad and the Ugly.
Pleasure to be here.
Roy, thanks very much for coming on, mate. Obviously, we've been speaking for a couple of months and stuff, and your story is an absolute unbelievable one. You know, it's one which isn't short of a film, and I do believe it's in early stages to be made into a film, I believe.
Yeah, we're still in early stages. The script's being nearly finished. It's just now for the investors to put their money forward, and hopefully by the middle to end of next year, be filming somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, look, I got wind of yourself, I think it was 8 years ago. What happened now, was it?
7.5 years, yeah.
7.5 years ago, yeah. And I remembered it all on the news, and, you know, that terrifying night in 2017, which we're going to get into. You know, 3 terrorists, Borough Market, London Bridge, just, you know, 47 people were stabbed, 8 people were killed, and, you know, yourself, you know, fighting with them to protect people, and, you know, your own life's at risk. You know, so I came across it on the news and, you know, in the media and stuff like that, and I just thought, wow, if it wasn't for you, there would have been many more fatalities.
Yeah, apparently so. I mean, as the story's gone past, and the story's got a lot stronger each year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had people come up to me and said thank you for saving me that night, and yeah, it makes you feel proud. I mean, I'm glad I got out there myself alive.
Well, we're going to get into it, Roy. We're certainly going to get into it. So I just want to start from where you're from, where you grew up, school life and family life.
I'm from South East London, Peckham. Schooling. I was in schooling in Peckham, St Thomas the Apostle school. Things all right. Peckham's Peckham.
Good people.
Yeah. I wouldn't change it for the world. Brought up on the council estate called the Bravery estate, off the Old Kent Road.
A lot of characters.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you get that these days.
No.
But yeah, I wouldn't change it for the. I mean, Old Kent Road was a place to be years ago. Lots of clubs down there and everything else. It was a good place to. Well, brought up. I mean, we had no different. We didn't know no different, but we made it what we did.
Yeah, that's it, innit? Was it? Did you have brothers and sisters?
I got 3 brothers.
Yeah. You're the oldest?
No, I got 2 older than me, 1 younger.
Yeah.
So,
what was that like? Fun and games?
It was and it wasn't. I mean, we all went and done our own things. I think maybe we've got a few years, about 3 or 4 years age gap between us. So we was all with our own sort of friends growing up and that. And to be honest, from a young age, I started going watching Millwall, which was probably about half a mile down the road.
What was that? What age was that at?
Huh? What was that?
What age was that at? You
go to about 12 years old.
12?
Yeah.
And that's in you then, isn't it?
We used to drive up on the BMXs. It's a place called Jews Hill, because you'd have to pay. You can see half the ground.
Yeah.
So
this is the old den, by the way.
Yeah. We used to drive up there and watch half the game, and then they used to open the gates about 15, 20 minutes.
To go in?
Yeah, jump in. So that was an early start for me, watching football and that, and watching Millwall. Brothers supported Arsenal and Chelsea, so they didn't.
So maybe there was some banter flying about in that household, yeah. What was it? Did you go travelling away with them and stuff like that? Did you go travelling home and away with Millwall?
Oh, yeah. I mean, mainly when probably about 15, I started going more away games.
Yeah.
And things like that. And then, I mean, from about 88, 89, we went in the old First Division, which was down the Premier League.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't miss a game then.
Yeah.
England away games used to go a few times.
Yeah.
I just love football.
Yeah, that's
just used to love football and that. Used to play a lot of football. And just everything about football I used to love.
Did you play football at a good standard, or was it
No,
just
no, it's just Sunday morning.
just the Sunday league? Yeah.
Just some Saturdays, but you always think you're good. You always think you're better than everyone else until you come up against someone good.
It was a bit better than you, yeah. So, did you know what you wanted to do career-wise or school?
No, I mean, I left school about 15. Luckily, I got a couple of weeks job experience with a company called Cable and Wireless, which was Mercury Communications, 1-to-1, I don't remember them.
Yeah, one to one, yeah.
Right, and they called me back when I was 16, and I spent 23 years there.
Did you?
Yeah, 20. So if we do that couple of weeks work experience, I ended up doing 23 years. It's like a prison sentence.
Yeah.
But it was a good job at the time. I mean, I had no qualifications, went down there and I started doing the printing, in-house printing, which they trained me up. So, and we was playing football, lunchtime football. We had a lunchtime league there and an evening league. It was quite a big company.
Yeah, yeah.
So, like, it was a workplace, but also you had a bit of fun there as well.
It was a good place to work. It was a good environment.
Especially for a 16-year-old.
Yeah, yeah.
And then and it lasted 23 years. It just went so quick.
It's unheard of now, though, when you hear
Yeah,
people, that long space of time.
I mean, now I'm looking at my pension.
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoyed it, and as I said, it was a good job. Not the best, but we had a good laugh there, good team manners, and
That's what it's about, isn't it?
yeah. I mean, they can go early, go football up north somewhere, so they didn't mind as long as you made the time up. Nowadays, you'd be lucky if you can have a fag break.
Or you can go to the toilet.
Yeah.
Or whatever. It's crackers, isn't it?
So yeah, that was quite good. Let's say 23 years. It turned into a massive company in the end. From a small company, like,
Went huge.
I mean, Mercury Communications went massive.
Yeah.
All the old one-to-one phones.
After there, did you do anything else, or?
No, I mean, I left there in about 2003. My little girl was born in 2002. My daughter.
Yeah.
And then about a year after, I decided to leave. We got outsourced. And my little girl was born with an illness, so like, it done me a favour.
Looking after your daughter and stuff
yeah.
like that, yeah.
So I left there, and to be honest, you're just doing odd jobs then, like van driving and things like that.
Keeping busy.
Yeah.
That's what you've got to do.
Yeah.
Right, I want to fast forward to, it might be a bit of a big fast forward, but the night of June the 3rd, 2017.
Yeah, I mean, we go back a few weeks before that. I mean, I had trouble with my girlfriend at the time, things like that. And someone put me up there near the Borough Market about 5 weeks before the actual terror attack. Just to sure I found somewhere like to live properly. 2 weeks prior to the terror attack, Millwall was playing at Wembley in a playoff final. And I went there. I mean, I go around the Borough Market quite a lot.
Yeah,
so I was standing there. I think it was that evening then was the Manchester one. The terror attack.
The same night as the playoff final?
I think it was the same day or day after. I can't remember. And then you're reading these things and you never think these things will ever happen to yourselves.
Or where you're living and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, that was a bad one where those kids are going to a concert.
Yeah.
And probably never come home, 22 of them, I think it was.
22, but yeah, the arena attack, was it?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was the night of the playoff or the day after. But you're reading it in the papers. And then, fast forward 2 weeks after, it was the Derby day. And to be honest, it was a really hot day as well.
The horse racing derby, was it?
Yeah.
The horse racing derby day, yeah.
And Champions League was on that night.
Juventus and, who was it? Juventus and someone, I can't remember.
Yeah.
Real Madrid.
That's what I've got to keep looking at. I'll keep forgetting.
Yeah.
They said, do you fancy coming watch the Champions League? I said, yeah, well, I'll come down there. My life weren't really that brilliant at the time. I mean, someone on the sofa, didn't really want to go out. But I went out with him, met him, went down the pub. It was packed. Now, I know the people down there. I know some of the pub owners from around there. And I said at half time, I've got to go and put a pair of jeans on. I was in shorts all day, it was hot. And as I've gone back, they've already left because it was too packed to get a drink. So at half time. So I went back, we went to the Market Porter, which is in Borough Market. And we just watched the last bits in there on the telly at the back, I think it was. And the manager of the pub, he said, we're going to the black and blue, why the staff clear up. I think it must be about, because silly times around that market.
At 11 o'clock at night, yeah.
Yeah,
What
so
a
like he
market
said,
they
like
do.
he'd go and have an hour over there before he does his work. So we done black and blue. Must be just before 10 o'clock, and there's like a wall in between us. So we were just sitting on the table. There's probably a few of us. There's an old boy with us. These are just market people. They weren't really like they're friends of mine, but not like
Yeah. Associates,
yeah,
like
associates like for the market and that. So I was having a few drinks and that, and then you just see the restaurant area because it's like splitting off. People panicking, like you could hear chairs like
screech on the floor and
yeah,
that's, you know,
and like plates being dropped.
commotion, like a massive commotion.
Yeah, and you never think something's gone wrong there. I mean, until you see on the other street because we can't see what's going on.
Because that wall and
Yeah,
that,
that wall's there. They can see full what's going on, and then we see three blokes. I didn't even see the knives or nothing. Going in there, people throwing stuff at them like chairs and things like that along the street. So we don't know what's gone on before that.
Do you think there's a kick-off outside or something? Yeah.
I mean now we know they've killed 8 people. They've probably stabbed about 45, 46 people by then.
So these terrorists, there's 3 of them.
Yeah.
They've got, if I'm right, they've got knives strapped to the
They've
wrist.
got knives strapped to them. They've got fake vests on.
They've got fake vests on.
I didn't really see that. I mean,
It was just later on that you found out.
I mean, I've had a few, but I was tired as well, which I weren't really.
Yeah. You couldn't really take much, but then you've got 3 guys with knives strapped to the wrists.
Yeah.
How big were the knives?
About 12 inches.
12 inches long.
Yeah.
And they're just,
Which is probably
just attacking people.
Yeah. But they've already done the damage
Before they got to the black and blue.
Now, the 3 of them, one of the bar staff people, she rushed to the door and tried to lock it. Because obviously they've seen what's going on. So they're ready in case they come in there. But they started walking up the slope to the door. And within seconds, they're kicking the door in and it's like broke underneath. So they're flying under. And we still don't know if it was a terror attack, what's happened outside. We haven't seen them stab anyone. And they've come up to me, and that's when they just started plunging the knife straight into me.
Where did they plunge the knife into you?
Into there.
Into your stomach? Into your
my chest. And that's when I was fighting with one of them. Then the other one's coming and help him, like stabbing me. I mean, I got stabbed in the neck. I've been slashed all over, stabbed me in the arm and pulled my arm. My ear was hanging off.
They sliced your ear off,
Sliced your ear. I mean, they've cut me. I mean, it's sliced.
The scars,
yeah. They just sliced me all over.
Did they just go and no?
Yeah, good job I didn't go down. I mean, I'm just fighting for my life all over the place. One of them gone through, but me fighting them in that time is give a load of people a chance to escape out the back, the kitchen, or out the front, out the doors. That
you're keeping them contained here while you're fighting with them, yeah.
And a lot of people have escaped by then. I mean, as far as I know, there was only one other person who got stabbed in there at night, and he was hiding in like behind the bar thing. So when he come out, he must have run and they stabbed him in the throat. But it could have. It
could have been. The fatalities could have been a lot more, Roy,
I mean,
if you wouldn't have stood up to them. Do you know what I mean?
Steroids, where they weren't stopping to kill people.
So Roy, when you're saying that, would like they not possessed, but you could see, would they just on a rampage of like they weren't stopping? And what was it? Steroids? Did you say?
Yeah, that's when we found out after like this inquest.
When the inquest and that.
Yeah, but with me fighting them off, I mean, then I've smashed me ribs into the table. I mean, my ribs are smashed in, cracked, and I'm in a bad way. But luckily, fighting them off that much, it's given a lot of people time to get out. I mean, the families with their kids and everything else.
When you're thinking about it, Roy, you know, it's like anything. It could have only been a minute or 30 seconds, but while you're fighting and putting your life on the line, people are escaping and getting, like you're saying, there's kids, there's families in there, there's women, there's male and females in there, should I say. While you're fighting for your life, did it feel like an eternity, Roy, when you're fighting with them?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like maybe I could say a minute, whatever. I mean, you're talking about half a minute.
And the damage they've done to you, Roy?
Yeah. I mean, I'm lucky that I was fighting, although, like, swinging my arms everywhere because one of them would have got you writing an organ.
An artery, or
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
jugular,
That one on the other side round would have
your tendons.
poured the blood off. If I fell down on anywhere, I'd have been dead.
You would have been dead. They would have pounced on you.
Yeah. That's what their intention was doing. But luckily, I was just thinking about myself at the time. I'm in trouble. You don't even have time to think. You just got to fight.
When it's on you, especially when you've got 3 terrorists with 12-inch blades strapped to the hands.
The reason why I probably stayed the ladies, there was an old man with us, old Mike, and that's probably the reason why. Because
you were trying to protect him.
Yeah, because he was there with us. Maybe a lot of people say, "Why didn't you run?" You should have.
But you know what, Roy? This is a quote that, and it does me, and it's fucking on Millwall.
Fuck you on Millwall. Do you know what?
Do you know what? But you know what, though, Roy? It's your team. It's it's in you and whatever, and it's just.
There was one with an Arsenal top. Well, no, I'm not. I've been asked this question for years.
Yeah.
And it took me years to find out whether I did say it or not. It's only when one of the staff said they heard I did.
Yeah.
I can't tell you why. It might be because of the Arsenal top, or it might be because they're saying about Islam, Allah, and all this.
And because is that what they were shouting when you were...
Yeah, that's what they're saying. You're killing saying about killing kids, and so it must be on about British art. I don't know.
But in their language or whatever it is, because obviously we don't understand it.
And maybe I might be still on a buzz.
It's the adrenaline.
Yeah, I can never say point to it for years saying, yes, did I say that? Or did I say it? Why did I say it? Until I see one girl one day and she said, you did say it. Yeah. Because she heard me when she was running out say something like that. I still don't know who's who, whether it's to the Arsenal bloke or whether it was because,
It's just, but it's a quote that, and that's why, you are labelled the Lion of London Bridge, because that 30 seconds or whatever, how long time, you saved a lot of people's lives. And Roy, you're putting your own life where people, you could have run away, or you got your friend away who you were concerned about. But it was in you, and I think you've saved many, many, many lives.
And eventually I did go behind the wall, and
did you collapse then? Because obviously you've been stabbed multiple times.
I must have been pouring the blood, because I was still thinking I've only been stabbed here because it kept flushing. It was a weird experience.
People say when you get stabbed, you don't feel it. I mean, it's a mad.
Like it kept flushing. Must be when you're breathing. It was like a flushing.
And then it's pumping out, and
maybe I mean because I got this shot and the pouring blood.
It was everywhere. Your arms, your neck,
my head was sliced. They were slicing my head and everything. I got I've got 2 long
scars on the back.
Scars in there where they've just been trying to hack me. I got out the doors. I still didn't know which door I got out of. That was something I walked up and down many times over the years.
So when you walked, that's like flashbacks of, obviously you live not far from London Bridge. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you daily, you could, where you're going into London to shop, or you're going for a meal, or you're going to see family, friends, or whatever. That must be hard for you, Roy.
It got hard. It got easier over the years. I had to do things.
Mentally, though, mate. How are you yourself?
A lot better than what I was. A lot better. I mean, we'll come to that in a minute. I can't even tell you how many phones I threw at the telly with anger.
Yeah.
Not only my phone, but the telly's gone as well.
Yeah. just because you just
the anger. I mean, I'm only hurting myself. Good job. I am only hurting myself.
Yeah.
I'm not in that frame of mind where I'm a danger to. Well, who knows? I mean, I'll keep myself to myself.
Of course you do, Roy.
Yeah, and I did after. It cost me a lot of money.
I can imagine that.
Yeah.
I can imagine. But now then, everyone, sorry for interrupting the episode. Just a message from our sponsor, Eyes Wide Open Clothing. They've got everything from tracksuits, t-shirts, tracky bottoms, swimwear, you name it, they've got it. Don't forget to use the discount code TGTBTU at the checkout for 10% off your entire order. Have you ever had any help, Roy?
I've only had a few months of talking therapies, which weren't much. It was a nice bloke. I thanked him a lot for it, for them few months. But since then, I've never had anything, no counselling. I've done 5 assessments on me, all got post-traumatic stress disorder, things like that. but never had anything else. Over the years, I've had to do things myself, eventually. The best thing I've ever done was take on someone's XL bully. They used it for breeding. It was coming to me in a bad way. And it was one of the best things I ever done. It was only meant to look after it for a week. And I see how bad it was. And I just kept it. And I thought, do you know what? I'll do me 4 or 5 miles a walk.
With the dog?
With the dog.
A lot of people say a dog is everyone's best friend.
Yeah,
you know
this comes to me. It's got one eye where it's been badly treated. They was using it for breeding. And yeah, and I took that on. And I've done that myself. And I've done that every day nearly now. And that is good therapy for myself.
You're out walking, you're out.
Yeah.
You know, it's good for the mind.
I was looking at doing a little course myself to try and learn other aspects of, not just mine, but all different aspects of people. If I can give something back one day.
That's brilliant, considering the trauma and the incidents, what's happened, and I know we're probably going to get onto a little bit more, but I just want to speak to you about, obviously, you're behind the wall, you're pumping blood.
And then eventually I had to run myself, I just couldn't take no more blows. And I run behind that wall. Luckily, I think there's a few people underneath tables hiding, but I just had to get out there myself. I couldn't, otherwise I'd been dead.
Were they still on the loose by this time? They were still
in there. What I know of now, then they attacked 1-2 people who was hiding, watching me getting. I can't knock them people.
Listen, they were petrified. They were petrified, and
and I did get out there. I think I went over to my mate's pub, which is like, talking about 50 yards away, if that. And knocked on the door. No one would answer the door
because they think it's the terrorists or whatever.
Yeah. So, and then I'm pouring the blood. My mate said he phoned me. I'm telling him I'm dying. I've been stabbed. And I'm walking down the road. Now I've seen clips of other things, where the first police arrived on the scene and they confronted them, and the police even ran backwards.
Did you charge the police?
Yeah, and they've asked him, like, you can hear the police shouting for Trojan, which is the armed
response. Yeah.
Now, as I got up to the top of the road, now it's all like in and out of consciousness.
Because you've lost that much blood.
I see an ambulance car. So I've gone over to there, banged on the window on the passenger side, and he just drove off. Which then I think within...
You've collapsed.
Might have done. Or the only 2 things I remember after that is the armed response people shouting at me, get down. Yeah, because I've learned that one now, where I would get down, they might push me down, and then you hear the firing.
Did they let the shots off?
So they must be right round me again. They must be coming to me again.
The terrorists are on the way to you?
I think so. They've never shown me the CCTV of it. I've asked for it many times. It's something that...
plays on your mind.
It could do. I mean, I could have been...
Because you're wanting to not, if... It's that thing...
You can hear the shooting. You've already been pushed to the floor by the armed response.
Did you think it was curtains, Roy?
Yeah, I could have done, yeah. I mean, and then luckily...
How many shots were let off? Can you remember?
There was, what they call 52 rounds.
And it's in the it's echoey as well in there, isn't it?
That's why I thought it went on for ages. I thought, how long did that go on? They said, I reckon about half a minute.
So when you think about 52 rounds being let off,
and the ricocheting off the walls, because it's still got all the bullet holes in some of the walls over there.
Oh, nice.
I think one person got hit by the thing.
But when it ricocheted off, and
even the car they jumped out of, they let it roll. They let the car roll
because they were just on site and they just wanted to.
I mean, you can't knock them for being so quick.
Because that's what I was going to say. Obviously, when the officers have arrived, and you think to yourself, they've only got like truncheons or tasers or whatever. They haven't got.
Yeah, these were off duty.
Was they? Yeah.
They were just going off duty, the first ones, and they just thought they'd confront them, but they see the knives and they just thought have to back off. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there was some from the British Transport Police across the road from London Bridge Station. They've come over. They've been whacking them with or trying to. I mean, they've got George Crosses for trying to help them.
But I'm going to speak to you about the George Cross as well, because I just found it outrageous that yourself didn't. We will get onto that.
Yeah, but it's going back to when they got shot. I can hear the shooting and things like. everything's a blur for me then. They haven't really shown me anything. They showed me then bandage up like Terry Butcher outside the pub. And I'm still thinking, how did I get there when the shooting was... So they must have been took me round there, just bandaged me quick. They chucked me in a local police car who rushed me straight to the nearest hospital. I went to a different hospital from everyone else.
Yeah.
St Thomas's by
Westminster.
Yeah. And they showed me the footage of that, which was... It was quite funny because they kept telling me, don't touch me here. They knew that me was hanging off, and I'm just holding this. That's all I think I've got wrong with me.
But really, bro, you've got
Everywhere,
numerous
yeah.
injuries, your head.
But then they're
your
going over the
arms.
bumps, right? And I could. So I must have woken up again. I must have had thing, but then obviously then took me through the hospital. Trolley was waiting apparently, and I can't knock the hospital for
The staff.
yeah, you can't. I mean,
The RNHS.
even then, till the like what do you call it, plastics, just
Plastic surgeons and stuff like that.
yeah, they done it all straight away. They inside and out.
How many injuries did you sustain? Roy?
Seven, 8 stab wounds, I think it was. And it must be about 6, 7 slash wounds, which are quite deep. I say slash wounds, they've just been...
Yeah, but it's obviously, you know,
Yeah.
it's just injuries that you just wouldn't... It's disgusting, it's horrible.
Yeah, and I mean, I suppose 12 days in hospital, which is good. I'm lucky that none of the organs...
We're
Yeah, I mean,
wounded.
imagine, I mean...
You go... I mean, I wouldn't even like to think a 7-inch blade going
They
in...
stabbed me in the neck as well.
Jugular vein, anything, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah, it's just...
It's a bit crazy where... Yeah, and lucky. I suppose some could come out of it that weren't permanent. Well,
Yeah.
or something that's gone into an organ that you'd be dead straight away.
And you were in hospital for 12 days, Roy?
12 days, which is good.
Did you see like much on, like, did you have a TV or did you have papers, or you were under armed guard as well, weren't you?
It was armed guard at first because the election was that week. The general election was that week, yeah? So all the grounds of the hospital are taken up by all over press, all over the world, because it's opposite Westminster. And I think there was 3 or 4 of us that was taken to St Thomas's. All the rest went to King's College, and they put on guard. They put a lockdown in the hospital. And apparently I had armed guard with us for a few days.
Yeah.
For a few games before they started doing the
47 people were injured, weren't they, in this attack?
Yeah,
and unfortunately 8 were sadly, tragically, brutally murdered by these animals.
And they whether they're known, they had their own TV programme apparently, the Jihadis next door. No, they had a TV programme made by Channel 4, Jihadis Next Door it was called.
And these were the attackers?
These were one of the attackers, yeah.
Was it one of them, was it, or was it...
One of them, I think it was on there. It just makes you...
This is why we the governments and and people will agree and people will not agree, but, when you've got... It's there, the signs are there and stuff like that, and it gets brushed under the carpet. And Roy, for me, like these terrorist attacks, when young children are being murdered, brutally murdered, bomb attacks, and it's,
I mean, 3 kids were
and people are out doing the day-to-day thing, going out as a family.
I was put on prevent myself afterwards because apparently something I said to the MP when I needed help. I said, all we look after is these...
Freedom of speech, Roy.
Yeah, I think the words were pig eating or something for like pig eating something, or Muslims. They were looking after more than me. I needed help. I was homeless. I needed a place. I've just come out of a hospital.
And was you just pushed to one side, Roy?
I got nicked by the MP.
You got nicked?
Yeah, by the
You got
MP.
arrested?
Yeah, I got banned from every office, the council, for 2 years.
What for saying freedom of speech?
Yeah, and also when I come out of hospital, I had an incident at the Elephant Castle when I was walking with dogs, my daughter's dogs, and I was in a confrontation. This was 6 months before this terror attack.
You're right, okay.
Confrontation with, they was proposing Donald Trump and Theresa May something, yeah. There's like socialist marching, like people. Anyway, I got a conversation with them. Apparently, it went on.
Backwards. Opinion.
Yeah, and there was
Opinions.
loads of them. I was more worried about the dogs attacking them. But when
You said you were over there with the dogs attacking them.
I was more worried about dogs attacking them. I got into an argument with them and this, that. But apparently, when I came out of hospital, police come to my door. I've been seen as the person who was they've gone to make a complaint because they've seen.
And then they're saying you were at this thing, you were doing
and
this, and
I
you
got
did.
down for racial words. Yeah.
And did you say racial? What did you?
But yeah, I probably did. But they said I spat at the black photographer, which we looked at in the court. It was like VAR.
Yeah.
No, I didn't get done for that.
So it was fabrication.
Yeah, I probably raging at the time, shouting at them and like.
But you haven't gone and spat at them, you know.
No.
And when you've seen it,
I made a couple of racial words. I admitted it, apologised, but it just shows you 6 months prior. Why didn't they do it then? Why didn't they try and get me nicked then? Because they see me face afterwards.
They're just going all the bads.
Yeah. So then I've got enough trouble recovering, and then I've got 2 nickings now over me. And then obviously it's just pressure. I moved down to the caravan site down in Kent. I bought a caravan.
Did you just run away, Roy?
Yeah, a mate of mine done just fund me, and I went and bought a caravan because I was homeless, wasn't getting no help in London. Went down the caravan. Then I put a prevent program. Right.
And prevent. What is prevent if people don't know what prevent?
This is because of words I've said. It could have done with the Football Lads Alliance.
Yeah.
They'd had 2 big marches in London against terrorism, with my name as the sort of poster boy. Now, prevent is to stop you going stop you getting radicalised into either far right or anything. Never been involved in anything like that at all. You have your views. We all have our views.
Of course we do, yeah. And sometimes we don't agree with certain things, you know, but that's your view, that's your opinion.
Yeah.
I might not agree with it, but that's your opinion.
I've had a bloke come down from Birmingham. He'd come all the way down there. We've done 6 days, 6 courses. 6 sessions of a course. Lovely bloke. Showing the things, but we're talking about football, me and him. And he's going like, they should be helping you differently. You shouldn't be on this.
And this is one of the guys who was on
he works he does his own thing, but the government asked him to do a programme.
You go and follow this course, and you need,
yeah.
And he was saying to you, you don't need.
Nah,
you should be getting help.
Yeah.
Should be getting help in other ways.
Yeah. And I've had 5 assessments with it's called mental health, post-traumatic stress. You never get any follow-ups. But with the caravan, things started going. Started smashing my telly, things gave me the hump, ended up smashing the caravan, ended up moving back to London.
You know, this is the after effect of it, Roy.
Yeah.
What people don't understand, you know, what you done on that night, you know, anybody else probably might have run away or whatever, but what you done, you saved many lives. I know some lives were lost, 8 lives were lost, and 47 people were injured, but you've got to think, you know, you saved a lot of other people. But then the help, you're not getting the help. This is where I think the system, the governments, and you've got to look at like things like this, you know, people, traumatic.
We know now.
You've saved, you know, many more, you know, lives, you know what I mean? I just don't get it.
Yeah, it's mad. But over the years, I've got through it. And then I started putting social media on about 2 or 3 years after the thing.
Because you just didn't, because you didn't want to read.
I kept smashing my phones and.
Because what you were reading, right?
Yeah, I was reading a lot. That
negative and positive. Well, I mean, obviously the positive.
Mate, listen, the support I've had over the years from every part of the country, even the world, it's crazy that 99% is good.
But it's just that, and listen, you're human, Roy.
Yeah.
You're not a robot, so you do have feelings.
I'm not perfect either.
And listen, we've all made mistakes. Yeah. Listen, you tell me one person in the world who hasn't made a freaking mistake, because that's, if someone says, no, I've not, and they're never wrong and whatever, listen, no one's perfect. But what I will say is, you know, the support and whatever, you know, like you say, just in the UK or around the world, that just goes to show, you know, that there's a lot of people behind, you know, for what you've done and stuff.
And also, like, the football, I mean, like, I would change football, but, like, the old football world, because of the words,
because
of fuck you, Millwall,
it's
part, like, it's sort of like doing a football thing. That has a lot of support from all different clubs, so that's good.
Well, no, that's it, and I think across the board with you know, in the UK, the 92 football clubs and stuff like that, you know, I know this might sound daft, but you know, like you're saying about the film, and we will get onto that.
Yeah.
You know, it's at early stages. You know, why can't like people muck together and let's get your story made into the film? I know it's in early stages now. I want to know, Dougie.
Yeah, Dougie Booms. I mean, so I put social media back on, and I had a bit of talking therapies when I was in a B&B, and I was approached by about 3 or 4 different.
Now then, everyone, sorry to interrupt this episode, but this is a quick message from our sponsor, Loco's Competitions. They do live draws every Tuesday on Facebook at 6 p.m. Cash prizes, TVs, games consoles, vouchers, you name it, they've got it. Go check them out. Now get back to the episode. Publishers,
authors like, wanted to do a book, and I went with one of them. I got back to him. He's based in Turkey, Dean Rinaldi, and we done it over the phone. And it was like doing a therapy thing. We kept going over the tack again, and actually done the book, which.
And this is the book here.
Yeah.
The Lion of London Bridge.
Lion of London Bridge, and yeah, done it, and we've done it on Amazon. This and that. Obviously, then you try and get it into bookshops if you can.
So we can get it. We can get it on
it's
Amazon.
Only on Amazon at the moment.
We can get it on Amazon. So if we put the link in the description, obviously people can go and buy that.
And that come good. And then Dean was saying about trying to get it into a film because he was interested in it quite a lot, and he's done some other good things. And that's when we got Dougie. We got in touch with Dougie. Dougie was interested. We had a couple of meets, and that now has been turned into reality, into a film with Leo Gregory playing me.
Yeah.
We're just doing a fundraising at the moment to do the development. It's called the Development Fund, where the script's being written, the other things are being done.
It all costs money, of course. It doesn't.
It costs money, but it's rather best to get that done
first
before you go to somewhere and say you got otherwise it might get pushed aside, or you can wait a couple more years. And it might
you can present that to them and say, look, there you go.
So we get all the things done in first, it's definitely happening.
Yeah.
So we've done the fundraising for that. I think we've got about 6 or 7 grand out of the 10 grand so far. So you
need 10 grand to obviously to get it to where you need it to be at. Like I'm just going back to there, you know, like you say, you've got a lot of support from all the football clubs up and down the country and stuff, and you know, maybe whoever's in charge of the fundraising, you know, maybe, you know, or even on social media can put it out there to try and like get what you need to try and get the film to where it's at, and then an investor comes in and because listen, Roy,
there's a lot of investors interested in it at the moment.
That's only good, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, because okay, it's great us talking on the podcast and it's great having a book, but when it's
to show my side as well. I think we're going to do it straight from the terror attack onwards, and now being let down by, as we've just been talking about, and other things,
support and being let down and stuff like that.
I mean, even coming back from London after I smashed the van up, come back to London, I've even told the prevent that I've stayed at my mum's. I should have been at my mum's house, so I got nicked making that phone call. So you
should have been at your mum's house.
I should have been at my mum's house. Mum tried to put me up. For some reason, I shouldn't have been at my mum's house.
You shouldn't have been back at your mum's?
Because she was too old and I shouldn't have been there because of the way they've write down everything, the state of mind.
It's crazy that they can dictate to you to tell you that you can't go to your mum's house, who's obviously a pensioner and stuff. And
so I got nicked for making a phone call. I got nicked for being there when they come and got me the next day.
So they turned up to
a van load of them,
a van load of them?
Yeah, it turned up and said, you're nicked.
See, this is what I mean. It's heavy-handed, you know what I mean?
You only told them that you're back in London.
And what were they doing? Like turning up heavy-handed, just...
It's crazy, it's crazy. I can look back on it, I can look outside, have a little smile, because I've got my head together, apart from watching Millwall every year.
Yeah. I can't say too much, I suppose.
No, we'll play you next year.
Yeah. I hope not.
I hope so, we come up there.
You know, it's...
But even things like, I had to get back into the crowd situation.
Around people, how do you feel about that? I mean, look, you've been going to football for years.
Yeah.
You know, it's always in you. But to obviously, to what's gone on and stuff like that, because it can happen to anybody.
The way games
you know,
I don't
around
really,
people, your anxiety or
Yeah.
whatever, and stuff like that.
I've got some good mates around us. I've got some good support.
Yeah.
And they're helping me with the book. They're going over things for me as well. So, yeah, just to make yeah, I mean, there's good things there.
It's you know what, you know, when we speak about mental health and stuff like that, and people can go, oh yeah, so they play on it and that. This is fucking genuine, you know. Your mind, like you're saying, you know, when you're on your own, Roy, like you said, when you're down in your caravan and stuff like that, and you're on your own, your mind's doing overtime.
Yeah, I've even got a friend calling me now, like just like telling me, being nosy, I think.
Yeah.
I've said to him, like, listen, I've got your numbers there. If I'm going backwards, at least I'll give you a call. See if you help me like you did last time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't be funny
but they're over you.
But I think they're just like trying to be nosy all the time. Or I've been out of trouble.
Yeah.
I'll keep myself to myself, and maybe now they're thinking, why are they in trouble?
But you know,
you don't know what they think.
Of course you don't. Of course you don't. But instead of trying to help you and give you the support that you need, I just think they're pushing you fucking back down that. You know what I mean? It's just, it's scary. I just don't get it. But like you say, you've got good friends around you. You're going back to football. Yeah. You know, and like you say, it's something that you enjoy doing. Even though you're saying they're not doing so well.
Over the years, I mean, I've had people contact me. I've had them with social media saying they was there that night. Thank goodness you was there. There's a woman, Italian woman.
She sent you a letter, didn't she?
Sent me a letter on the thing. And I actually went to meet her last year before, over in Paris. And yeah, it was nice. And it was different. You wouldn't have known these things unless they contact you. She was sitting down with her mate having dinner, writing full thing of it all. And like, they didn't just come, they just jumped up and go. But she said, you just took your way in front of them. You just stood there in front of them and started fighting them.
Well, them two women could have been attacked and brutally murdered. Where you got them,
she goes, we run about
saved their lives.
She goes, we run away 2 or 3 miles. We weren't stopping after, like, when we, you know what I mean? It's that scary. You just
that fear, but for it to reach out and obviously contact you, Roy, you know, that's something, you know, that you can't change. And
yeah, and a few other people. I mean, sadly, the bloke, old Mike, I call him. He's left us now. He's like had cancer. But last year, I mean, I got finally rewarded.
Yeah, you had some recognition.
Yeah, and that was by well approved by Princess Alexander, the Royal Humane Society silver medal, which, you know what I mean, it's something. At least it's like something back.
Yeah.
As I said, like, put me up for the George Cross. The King is now patron, so you never know.
The George Cross.
Yeah.
And it's crazy he wasn't awarded the George Cross, because everyone, we all think...
I mean, I wasn't even awarded compensation after, because a couple of minor convictions I got, it went against me to get compensation. So I'm nearly hacked to death on a London street, saving people's lives. Not even got compensated.
Because of minor convictions,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
There was community orders.
Community service.
Yeah.
I could understand, Roy, if you're causing major, you know, grief and all that, and you're a nuisance to society.
Yeah.
Listen, you've just stopped a terror attack from many more deaths.
Hacked to death on a London street where...
And you've not been awarded a penny.
No. I've tried. I went to the Supreme Court, the highest court in the land, because of the unspent convictions, it's called.
Unspent convictions?
Yeah, so if you know your convictions are finished, even for community order, you're still under unspent conviction for a year or 2.
That should not have even come into it.
I know.
Listen,
it's crazy.
It's absolutely... But this country is...
I don't make the rules.
It's backwards.
Yeah.
It's backwards, mate.
Yeah, it is. It's wrong. I mean, you can fall off a bed in prison, you get compensated.
You've saved many lives, and you've been hacked to death yourself. You've nearly been, attempt murder. You've nearly been murdered.
Yeah.
And there's nothing to, you've had no help. You've had no compensation. No. You've received an award, but I think the award that like a few other people got.
Yeah.
You weren't.
The police officers there got George Crosses. There's the ambulance people. They all got MBEs. They've all got things. Now I know some of the people I met at these awards, the counter-terrorism people. They was at working for counter-terrorism. They're now in charge of top jobs.
Yeah.
In the thing. Even Mark Rowley, he was counter-terrorism, but now he's got a charge. They're all in charge of things there.
They've gone on to bigger and better things.
The attacks happened. It don't matter about the investigation after.
It's just like you're being because you're bottom of the pile and it doesn't matter.
That should have ever happened.
It should never ever be like that, Roy. But unfortunately, this is the society and the country we live in where you think, you know,
and the person that helped or tried, well, he got out of here alive and saved other people's lives. It's the one you're trying to put down all the time.
And it is, and it has a
crazy
strain on you, and you know you just want to get on with your life, but also it's the after effects.
And I'm going to enjoy this year, hopefully, when from start to finish of the filming and see how films like things are made.
Well, listen, I really hope it. You know, you know, it moves on to that next level. An investor comes in, and you know, you're premiering it somewhere, and you can say to me and Ben, all right, boys, you fancy coming along to the premiere? Do you know what I mean?
I met Leo at the BAFTAs. Dougie introduced me to him,
and he's interested.
Oh yeah, he's interested. They've worked before on Green Street. Bother. Both nice people. You can't get on, like, I've only met him a few times, but I talked to Dougie quite a bit.
Dougie's Watford, Leo's Tottenham, isn't he?
Yeah, and I'm glad that I think we'll get on.
Bit of banter flying about there.
Yeah, and I think we'll get on quite well. And nice to easy talk to.
Just know, I think, I don't know them personally. I spoke to Dougie. I don't know Leo, but I know of him.
Yeah.
But they seem like very down to earth.
Well, I mean,
lads and that, like.
Both respected in their.
Yeah, well respected.
And things, and it'd be good. Just be myself. Don't like.
But that's it. You know, me meeting you this morning, I've only spoke to you on the phone.
I've got to learn him to say that "fuck you" on Millwall thing though. Got to say it properly.
Because he's Tottenham, but you know what? I've only spoke to you on the phone, Roy, and you sort of, when you speak to people, you get like, they're all day. Them, even coming here this morning, I've only, you know, and the gentleman that you are, you know, you're so apology, you know what I mean? And you think, it's just one of the, where you're thinking, fucking hell, what you done on that night.
Yeah.
You know, you saved many people's lives, but then you're just such a nice fella. Fucking hell, we've all made mistakes.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
And I've got to hopefully like keep myself fit and keep myself going the right way.
Well, you'd have, because
I'm always 22 now. I mean, I wouldn't just do things for her really now. And
well, listen, and that's it. And you're doing positive things, because you was down in the dumps. You was feeling it.
I mean, most of all, the girlfriend I'm with there, she took me in after I got nicked at my mum's. I wasn't allowed to go there. She took me in her house at the worst time and helped me.
Get your head up, get your head back.
Even though every week they try and put you back by silly things.
Just knocking you back.
That's normal relationships, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, listen, you know, like I say, Roy, you know, and I say this, and this is a quote I always use, mate. Strong walls shake, but they never collapse.
Yeah.
And I just think you're a strong, you know, lovely fella. You know what I mean? You're not an idiot. You know what I mean? You know your rights, and you know what you do. And me personally, I think that this will be a success, if I'm going to be honest. I hope it is.
I mean, before things got there, so I was looking at doing a counselling course myself. Whether I've got time to do that at the moment with this going on, might have to delay that for another year or so.
Look, anything's possible. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter how old you are. You can achieve anything. Put your mind to it, and just get.
This is something that, you know, in personal thing, but also, you never know, might be able to give something back to someone.
Listen, everyone, you can learn something new from every day from somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just, you know, is there anything, you know, what's in the pipeline? Obviously, you got the film.
I've got the film and that, really. And be honest, just keep going as you are, and just keep going. Make sure you don't go backwards.
Just don't go backwards.
I mean, you've got to have your setbacks sometimes. I mean, we're not all, hopefully not, but
listen, it's day to day, innit? You know,
I think we're strong people by, even with football teams we support.
Yeah.
You know, you're used to it. Like, it does give you the ump.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the team winning every week. You haven't realised what it's like to get a point or even to get a goal sometimes. I
don't like saying this because he supports Liverpool. He likes winning every week. Everton don't, and I don't think Millwall do.
It's like a passion. You don't know, like, the difference.
Do you know what we were speaking about this? We were speaking about this, me and Ben.
She's saying, I ain't going again.
Will you go again?
Yeah, we go next week.
We were saying about this, you know, like the adrenaline of when you score like a last minute winner. We were talking about this, or a last minute equaliser or something like that.
Don't talk about
that. I won't speak about that, no. But it's like we say, the football. It's what it's what's in you. It's it's your passion. It's what you love doing.
Your body goes into one way, or it could just could just drop into another way.
I think about mine and yours are a bit deflated.
That's the fun of it.
That's it, innit?
Yeah, it's good. But yeah, hopefully do that. I say I'll keep you informed.
How can anyone contact you, Roy? You know, on social media, or do you have an email address or anything like that?
Yeah, I have social media up.
What do you use? Is it Instagram?
I'm on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Yeah, and you can contact you.
Always contact me on there.
Yeah, so Instagram, what is it? Is it Roy Larner 41?
No, Roy Larner 41. On Facebook, it's just Roy Larner.
Mm-hmm. And on Twitter?
Twitter is, I'm not too
on that.
Yeah.
No, that's not a problem. So if anyone wants to get in touch with you, you can certainly contact you on there.
Yeah, you can always message me, like, and things like that, and you'll find me somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, and hopefully, I'll say the blue carpet.
The blue carpet.
Right.
I like that one.
We'll say the blue carpet event.
Yeah.
You're invited.
Oh, listen, I'm sure, you know, someone will get a grip of this, mate. And
yeah, and I'd say hopefully it goes well. You never know with that George Cross. I mean, you got write to the honours committee. If anyone wants to write to the honours committee, and just and
put it forward, mate. Yeah.
And be honest, you just go forward in life and just try and enjoy life there. And yeah, have a nice holiday once a year.
Yeah, that's the one, Roy. That's the one, mate.
Yeah.
But listen, I just want to say, Roy, that was a very interesting and powerful episode, mate.
Yeah, let's hope nothing happens like that again.
Listen, let's hope not.
No.
You know, let's hope not.
You know that it will, but
who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
Roy, I just want to say thanks very much for sharing the good, the bad, and the ugly, mate.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. Cheers.